Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be showing you my setup for June, but before we get into that, I'm going to go ahead and show you for the month of May. So where we left off in the comic was when Miss Crazy and the Notebook were running through the rain, and the Notebook says there, and Miss Crazy and the Notebook run through the door. The door opens up in the open sky, and they both start falling, and they're both screaming, and they both freak out when they land on the back of the hummingbird that then flies up and throws them from their bed, where they begin falling again, and they start falling onto the center of a gigantic daisy. And when they recollect themselves, Miss Crazy then says, "Yeah, we are definitely not in Kansas anymore." And that would bring us into the month of May, where the theme was for hummingbirds and hydrangeas. A lot of stuff happened in this month. May was not, it was a good month, but it wasn't a good month. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and get into it. This was my calendar set, and I went back and decorated with the stickers that I released just last week, I believe. This was my goals list. I haven't really filled out my review too much yet. Technically we're still in May at the time of recording this video. This is my this month page and how that turned out. I think for next month I'm only gonna really use a half page for this month and the bottom half for goals, since I didn't really need all this space for dates. This is how my mood checker turned out. It was kind of cool being able to see like all my different moods throughout the day. So for the majority of the time I was pretty happy. Like, I was legit happy, not just neutral or content. So that was nice to see. This is my water tracker. I still have about 4 or 5 days left. I don't think I put yesterday in. Gotta color that in. But for the most part, I got around 6 cups, 4 to 6 cups a day, which is kind of a drop from April. So I think I'm gonna go back to the idea I had where I used the water drop, because I really wanted him to stay this cool shade instead of like being like a yellow or a green water drop. So I think I'm gonna go back to that idea in June. This is my 2 lines a day. I really did like this layout at the end of the day, so I think I'm going to keep that in my next setup for June. This of course was my my first weekly spread that I did for May. I still really like this and how simple it was. And then we come to part 2, where we see the Notebook laying out in the sun, drying his pages. Miss Crazy comes and says, "Hey, look, isn't this hydrangea beautiful? It's one of my favorite flowers," she says. "Huh?" she says as she notices the page on the Notebook's one of his pages, and she thinks to herself and she says, "Is that the hummingbird we dropped in on?" "Huh?" she says again as she notices that the same hydrangea that she's holding is being drawn right into his page. "Whoa," she says. "Hold on a minute," she says to herself. "What kind of book are you?" Yes, so what kind of book is this mysterious Notebook drawing all these random drawings in his pages? Then we come to our second weekly layout. This is, I think this is still one of my favorite layouts. I don't think I've done one yet that I like more than this. This was a horizontal spread with the whole hummingbird scenario, daisies and hydrangeas, and of course I put my little stickers here too. Then we come to part 3, where the Notebook says, "Miss Crazy, don't be startled. My name is Bujo, and I am a bullet journal. People get books like me to fill our pages with their wonderful imaginations. But alas, that never happened for me. My journalists seem to only want to use the more beautiful bullet journals. All of my friends on the bookshelf were filled from cover to cover with her incredible art, but she never, not once, chose me. Eventually, she stopped using books altogether and switched to electronics. And then one day she moved and she forgot about me. I ran after her, but it was too late. She was already gone. Aww, so now we kind of had the backstory on Bujo. Kind of feel bad for him. And this was my third weekly spread. Actually, at the time of doing this, I didn't really like it, but over the course of the week, it really did grow on me. I'm thinking it's because the colors. Of course, I put my stickers everywhere. I was really practicing a lot on how to cut those stickers. Here is just my budget check-in. See, I told you guys I was gonna squeeze this in somewhere. I just cut a sheet from my other bullet journal. This one, which is also a lemon, so it has pretty much the same pages, and I just like put some washi on the back and I kind of stuck it in and just did my budget check-in. Yeah. And then we come to part 4, where Bujo says, all I ever wanted was to have my pages filled with beautiful art too. Well, I'm here for you, Miss Crazy says, but let me warn you, I'm not exactly the greatest artist out here. Oh, Miss Crazy, that's okay, Bujo says. As long as your imagination is as big as your hair, I can take you anywhere. Little Dr. Seuss going on there. Oh, great, Miss Crazy says. A rhymer. Trust me, Miss Crazy. At this moment, your only limitation is you. Go on, open the door, Bujo says as he points to this next glowing door in the garden. This was my weekly spread that I don't think I filmed. No, I didn't film this one because I was kind of in a rush. But this was supposed to be the 4th weekly spread. Before I did this painting thing, I actually did like this, but I was trying something different with my Tombow dual brush markers. I saw like a technique where people like color it in and then they use water, like a watercolor paintbrush or something, to kind of blend in the colors. It probably would have worked, but it just didn't work this time. So this was how my 4th weekly spread turned out. And of course I had my stickers all everywhere. I really love those stickers, like seriously. On this page I was trying to develop a night routine and use this new washi that I had, and oh my gosh, I had to make sure that I wrote down the settings for my silhouette portrait too. Guys, okay, I'm going to go ahead and say right now, because that silhouette portrait, for me at least, was a pretty extensive learning curve. Like, I guess every machine is different, and the kind of sticker paper that I use is not like, it's not just like regular paper. It has kind of like a almost kind of like leathery feel to it, so it definitely didn't react to a lot of the other settings that I see on YouTube. So this is my tried and true specification. So to kiss cut my stickers, I put the needle on 2, the speed is 1. If you do intricate designs like this where it, you know, kind of has to be more detailed in its cut, your speed absolutely needs to be 1. Absolutely. Anything higher than that is gonna like just go too fast and it's gonna split right through it. For me, kiss cut is good with a force of 8, and pass, I just left it on 1. And then for the size cut, it was supposed to be for the sheet cut, but I just went with it anyway. But that is a needle of 4, a speed of 1, and a force of 14. Basically that's just to make like the rounded sheets and everything. But yeah, oh yeah, and for me, this is what I figured out, because I was having issues with the silhouette cutting like the top half of the page and not even leaving an indent on the bottom half. So I found that when I keep my silhouette elevated enough for like the front and back end, everything gets cut. I don't know if that actually has anything to do with it cutting, but it's been cutting perfectly like ever since. This was a completely extensive learning curve, like, oh my goodness. And if you actually watched this video, then you saw me set this up, which was supposed to be like a template of how you could use my stickers. Since I released them so late in the month, I wasn't really able to show how you could use them. What I actually ended up using this week for was like a daily achievement thing for the last week of May. And I actually really like this idea, so I think that's something I want to incorporate in my June setup. And next page, now we have our opening comic for June. You guys, I have to say, I really do enjoy doing this. And like I said in my last flip through, like, if you guys aren't feeling me read this comic and you just kind of want to skip through and watch the June setup, then, you know, leave your comment down below about that. But you know, until I hear like a good handful of people say they don't want me to read it, I'm gonna keep reading it because I like this story. So Miss Crazy decides to grab hold of the doorknob and she opens the door, and they both say whoa as they step into the Amazon rainforest. Suddenly a blue macaw flies in to greet them, surprising them both, and she's like, well, we've got new faces in the Amazon today. Are you friends? She asks. Or food, says the voice of a jaguar. Miss Crazy and Bujo slowly step back. Oh, I'm just kidding, he laughs. For now. Enough, Kogi, stop frightening our guests, screeches the blue macaw. And why should I make them comfortable? Kogi remarks. You know it's a jungle out here. Whoa, Kogi, hold your spots, man. Yeah, so I decided to switch over to the voiceover, where this is the sketch I'm going with. I'm going to be using my White Nights watercolor paint set. I love that paint set, and these are the watercolor brushes that I'm going to use by Grumbashire, but I will go ahead and link those products in the description box with the links so that you can find them. They are affiliate links, so if you guys care to support my channel and care to watch me progress and bring better content and better ideas and stories to you, feel free to use those links. But of course, you're not obligated. You know, I'm still going to produce this stuff anyway. But right now I'm just going in with the medium cadmium yellow color to go ahead and do the body. This is going to be a blue macaw, absolutely one of my favorite birds, hands down. I love parrots. I love like exotic birds and all that stuff. Birds are really kind of like my favorite animals. You know, if you watched my last plan with me, I did hummingbirds. Now we're doing parrots, but I've got more animals coming, okay? This is just a setup with the blue macaw because the blue macaw is the best bird around. I'm pretty sure somebody's gonna argue with me in the comment section, but whatever, this is my bullet journal. I can do what I want. But yeah, so while I let the yellow on the macaw dry, I'm just going in and doing the banana leaves. I'm still trying to get a feel for doing watercolor paints, but I have to say I think I'm getting better. I feel like I'm getting better, you know. I'm pretty sure I still got a long ways to go, but I was thoroughly impressed with the way this title page came out. You know, if you actually decide to stick around and not skip through this nearly hour-long video, by the way, I'm so sorry. But if you choose to watch the whole entire thing, first of all, you are the real MVP. And you know, you'll be able to see this journey with me because I had a lot of fun creating this spread. I just thoroughly enjoyed all the colors, all the vibrancies. Like this spread was just so my thing. It was so my thing. And I'm painting the watercolor leaves with I believe that's the yellowish green out of the palette, I want to say. I was also trying to work on shading and all that stuff, so one of these leaves will be darker than the other three. But overall, I had a lot of fun doing this spread, and I know this is a long video, which is why I wanted to ask, like, is the monthly flip throughs too much? Is the monthly flip throughs too much? Is the reading the comic too much? Do I need to, I gotta be honest, and this is my personal opinion, but I like longer art videos. I like sitting down and watching people's process, like from start to finish. Like, I personally enjoy that. I've never really had a problem with other content creators or other YouTubers posting long videos, especially as long as they provide you like timestamps so you can skim right through it. But you know, I binge watch YouTube sometimes and I love to watch other artists and other bullet journalists you know, do their thing. Sometimes, me personally, I guess I don't really care about the result all that much. I want to see how you got there. So that's why my videos tend to be on the longer end, and I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are going to have a fit with this 50-minute video, but I'm sorry. That's why I gave you the timestamp. You know, we can compromise there. But yeah, I colored the body of the bird with the azure blue paint, and now I'm going in and doing the inside of the wings with the same cadmium yellow, and you know, filling that in with bright, vibrant colors. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to be a little chatty through this plan with me. You know, tell me if you like this. I'm generally not a talkative person, but I can sit here and talk to you about art. You know, and back in the 1900s we had an art. Okay, I'm not gonna I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that, but I want you guys to enjoy this, and I want you to feel like you're going on this journey with me. You know, I was just having like a real sentimental moment because I was you know, all these other bullet journal videos was coming out, and I mean, people have incredible art skills, and I think I watched pretty much all of them, and I'm talking even the foreign language ones, like the ones I didn't even understand. It's just so many creative people out there, so much creative talent, and you know, I will admit, that kind of made me sad because I don't know why it made me sad. I guess I just got to a point where I felt like I couldn't compete. Like, you know, people didn't want to watch my art. People didn't want to see me progress. People, you know, it's either you launch being this perfect, incredible artist, or we don't want to hear you at all. And like, I almost didn't do this video, I'll be honest. Like, I almost didn't do this video because I was just feeling so insecure, you know. And not just to say that I feel like my art isn't competable, but pretty much 90% of the bullet journal videos that I watch were incredibly minimalistic, and trust me, I love a good minimalistic spread. I love how sleek they are, how clean and structured they are. I love that, and the people who do that, like, they really have their skills down to a T. I enjoy it, but when I try to sit down and do minimalistic you know, I always feel like I need an extra line there, and I need a little color there, and I need a little decoration there, and a sticker there, and before you know it, I just have a page full of chaos. You know, but minimalism, while I do like it, maybe, you know, I'll grow into like trying out those styles in the future. You know, I'm all about expanding, but for me, I think my style is more to, you know, bigger, bolder, brighter, better. That's my thing. Like, I like to be able to see stuff. I like for stuff to just jump out at me like that. I love spreads like that, and I felt like I wasn't seeing that many, and I guess that's kind of why I felt like my work, you know, wasn't competable. You know, I don't do minimalistic spreads. Nothing about my channel so far has been minimalistic, and if you've watched any of my other videos, you know that. But you know, it was just one of those moments where I really had to sit down and ask myself, like, what really was the purpose of this YouTube channel? And you know, I'll just go ahead and say the purpose of me starting this YouTube channel was because I wanted to sell stickers so that I could build enough capital to be able to work on doing animations and going to school for animations. I was trying to build capital to actually fund a dream. I was trying to escape 9-to-5 work. One of those people. That's just what I wanted to do. I wanted to be able to build capital to be able to fund my dreams. Really nothing more than that. Literally nothing more than that. But the more that I did YouTube videos and I got more involved with my art and just the process of creating, the more I thoroughly enjoyed it, and the more I realized that my YouTube channel is not just about me trying to sell products. It's literally like my journey, you know. It's like a video portfolio for me, and I'm really enjoying that. That's also another reason why I like longer videos. Okay, fun fact about me, I actually like to watch my own videos. I do go back and watch my videos from time to time because I just like watching myself create these things. I guess it makes me appreciate my art more. I don't know, it's weird. It's weird, but it's something that I like to do. I mean, I don't have cable, so you know, I kind of rely on YouTube and stuff like that. Sometimes I have my favorite YouTubers that I like to sit down and watch, and sometimes I watch me. Yeah, so, but honestly, yeah, I love creating this June title sketch. I love creating this whole entire spread. For me, it just came out really colorful. You know, I feel like I'll get better as time progresses. You know, this is literally only like my 3rd month of being in my bullet journal, and I have been using it heavily. Like, I take it everywhere with me. I love to track things in it. I love all the extensive planning that I do. I love the colors. And another thing that I wanted to say is that this bullet journal is not just about me getting on this YouTube channel and trying to be creative. I find that since I've been doing these plan with me's, and you know, if you've watched my budget videos, especially the Lion King one, you know, then you know, you see that I like to try to implement art into everything that I do. And with what I'm trying to get into, which is animations, because if you've watched, you know, at least a few of my earlier videos, then you know that I want to get into animations. I want to do cartooning. I want to do 3D animations, 2D animations. That is just what I want to do. That's kind of where my heart is. And you know, it takes money to get those softwares, and I'm working off of a laptop computer, so I don't have like the fastest processor and all that stuff. And let me stop myself before I get techno geeky. But you know, a lot goes into that, and I wasn't even sure if this was something that I was going to stick to, which is another reason why I started this YouTube channel. I just wanted to make sure this was something that I could really see myself sticking to, because, you know, at least me, or maybe people in general, we just have a habit of idealizing what we want to do, but then when we actually do it, we realize how much we really don't want to do it. We don't care to do it and put all this work and effort into it. And I thought this was going to be the same thing, because up until I started this YouTube channel, like, I was literally only doing artistic creative crafts like maybe a couple times a year over the course of like a few years. Like, I I just wasn't being creative. I had life happening to me, and on top of that, I was doing more shopping than I was doing drawing. But you know, having this YouTube channel, while I know I'm not obligated to constantly produce this content for you, I like doing it, and in a way it does hold me accountable to make sure that I'm working on my artistic abilities, you know, because if I'm trying to get hired by somebody, if I'm trying to get hired by a client for an artist, the first thing they're gonna want to see is your experience, your portfolio, and I didn't really have that, at least not a professional one. And you know, while I'm not sure if I'm just going to link my my online portfolio to my YouTube channel, I might, I don't know. But this is really helping me see, like, yo, you can do this. Like, there's people out there who like your stuff. You know, there's nothing to be afraid of. Just put yourself out there, just a little bit more, just a little bit more. And that's kind of what I'm doing with my YouTube channel, and I really enjoy doing this, you know, especially like with the comic strips. It takes a lot of work to make those comic strips, especially trying to work on them every week. Sometimes I work on like 2 comic strips in a week. Like, it takes a lot to do that, from the design concept to sketching it out, the script writing, the comic layout. It's a lot that goes into doing those comic strips, and I know I don't have to, but I love to. Like, I love the finished results. I love the stories, and I love coloring them in. Okay, so enough rambling. What I'm doing right here is just coloring in the side so that I can fit the picture into it correctly without it looking too bad. And then I'm just running a tape runner over the back to make that sticky so that I can go ahead and stick that in. And I'm just fitting it to the page. And that... and that's going to be my sticker kit. So the footage for doing it this month there on the header was a little blurry, so I cut that out. But basically all I used was my Tombow dual brush marker and the Uniball signal pen in white. Down there I'm just using my Harpy Eagle decorative header, and I used the goals stickers because to signify the goals I have for that month. Now on this page I am doing my Blue Macaw, yes, Blue Macaw, mood tracker. I really like the idea that I've been having to record, you know, all of my moods within a day, not just one overall average. So that's what I wanted to continue with this setup. So it's just the back feathers of a Blue Macaw. And up there I have my color key that I'll go in and do eventually to show, you know, basically my color key. I am going in so far and doing the numbering, which is 1 through 30. And then I'll do my color key, which I have happy, sad, okay, upset, anxious, frustrated, confident, lost, depressed, and confused. So those are the emotions that we're going with this month. Obviously, we're trying to practice being more positive and happy, so we're aiming to go for a full Blue Macaw, but you know, it might not happen. So I have different shades of blue. but you'll see that color code in a minute. Right now I'm just going in and coloring the back of my bird and making him this beautiful blue color. This, if I don't know if I said this before, but this whole setup is going to be pretty much the blue macaque. Maybe in my weekly spreads I'll incorporate more of the Amazonian animals, but for right now I gotta give props to my favorite bird. And this is my color key, so I have a couple of different shades of blue for my better moods, and of course you have your greens and your purples and your yellows for the more negative emotions that we're not trying to have but might pop up eventually. And I'm just going in and using my stickers to label the mood tracker. And now we're going to move into a water tracker. Now I know this kind of looks like a feather, but it's actually supposed to be a banana leaf. So I'm going with the idea that I had back in April, which was to make the cups 1 through 4 colors that I didn't want to have on my banana leaf, because I'm all about the consistency and I'm not trying to have a blue or purple or yellow banana leaf. It's icky. We're going for a beautiful, healthy green banana leaf. So that is going to be the color code that I do for the month of June. Later on, these are actually the colors that I'm going to use. Later on, actually after I finish the whole bullet journal spread and the flip through and all of that, I decided to add the lines in between each number just to make it easier to color in. But you know, if I do my June flip through, if you guys are cool with that, you'll see that, and you'll also see that it's different shades of green and there's no blues or purples, right? So right now I'm just going in and doing a color code. 5 to 8 cups is different shades of green, which is the range that I'm trying to be in this month. And then range 1 through 4 are obviously colors we don't want our plants to be. We definitely don't want them to be yellow. We truly don't want them to be blue. And unless they're hydrangeas, we don't want them to be these colors. And we definitely don't want a dark blue banana leaf. No, no, no. And then I'm just going in and I'm also using my green decorative header for my water tracker. Also using those stickers from my kit. Shameless plug-in. But yeah, now I'm going in to do my my expense tracker or my budget check-in or whatever we're gonna call this, because trying to find a way to incorporate it in each weekly spread actually turned out to be kind of tedious. So I'm just going out and making my chart for weeks 1 through 4, and I've got my categories on the side, and I'm just gonna go ahead and do all this. Actually, later on in my first weekly spread, you'll see that I actually did a budget check-in for that week anyway, but you know, it just became a habit, I guess. So right now I'm going through and doing a little coloring into each box for each category. Okay, and yeah, kind of messed up there. So I'm just going in and writing a section for my July bills. That's where I'm going to keep track of, you know, my bills that I have coming up for July, because you know you start getting them early, well, not early, but in the month of June. So you want to know what you have coming up, especially me when I go to do my budget videos. So that is what that page looks like I'm going to go in on the opposite side and use my Blue Macaw decorative header from my July projects. This is a new spread that I am incorporating, and I'm using the Uniball Signal pen in white to do the highlight, kind of the same way that I did for the this month sticker, I believe, at the beginning. But basically, it's just something simple for me at the moment. Um, I just have the name of the project that I want to launch, the launch date that I hope to launch everything on, and a checkbox asking whether I did it or not. So I'm just gonna go in and fill that in with the Sky Blue Tombow dual brush marker. I really love that color. It turned out to be a very wonderful buy, and that is not the last time you will see that project. I mean that marker. But now I'm just going in and putting down my blue header, writing in ideas, and I will outline that with my Faber-Castell fine point marker. I want to say this is a small one, the small size. At this moment I think I have all the sizes from like extra small to the B size. I'm not sure what that was. Oh yeah, and this is my 2 lines a day spread. I love the color scheme for this spread right here. And I'm just outlining the lettering with my Sakura gold jelly roll pen. That was another good buy because I use that quite a bit here lately. And yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and do pretty much the same spread. This is the washi tape that I actually purchased from Joann's. Now I know you guys rarely ever see me use washi in my videos, but I actually wanted to try to use washi in my setups more. I have a growing collection. It's not a lot, but it's, it's worth trying to use at least a handful of them. So this month I wanted to try to use washi more in my spreads, so you'll probably see them more in setups. And right here I'm just going in with my parrot stickers and filling those in. Now this is a spread that I'm excited about, which is my daily achievement page. Basically how I intend to use this is just to record one thing that I did each day that will push me toward my goals, so like I told you earlier, I want to be in animations, I want to do cartooning. So goals for me could be like, I sketched the layout for my next comic, I wrote the script for July, I did a watercolor painting, I did something related to what I'm pushing for. I just want to make sure I'm doing something every day, and that's where I want to track that. It would be cool to look back on. And this I decided to keep the whole entire process of me drawing this parrot in. This is my June funnies page, and I had a lot of fun doing this. This was actually it was a picture that I saw on Pinterest, but I never saved it. But I couldn't forget about it because it was just such a cool. It was such a cool idea. Like, it was like a laughing parrot or something like that. So I kind of tried to remember how to draw this, and I think it came out okay. It came out really good. I like it. But yeah, I decided to keep in the footage of me drawing this, and I'm just going in on the outline with a medium Faber-Castell pen, I believe. And then I'll do the insides with a combination of the small and the extra small. But yeah, this is gonna be my June funnies page because, I'm a person, I like to have like a humorous outlook on life. I like to joke a lot, and I just figured for me, I know a lot of people have their gratitude journal, and I thought about doing that, but I had so many other spread ideas. I just felt like that was just going to be something extra, and I wasn't even sure I was going to keep up with that. But I know I love to laugh, and I love to keep a memory of things that make me smile. So that's what this page is for, because we all want to be able to look back on something, and we all have our own inside jokes that nobody understands, and you don't want to spend that time trying to explain it because then it sucks the funny out of it. Yeah, so that's what this page is for, and I'm kind of excited about using it. I don't think this is something I'll do every day. It's just, whenever I have a laugh or something that I want to remember, I'll just record it here. Probably, I thought about doing it in like little thought bubbles, or something like that. But yeah, here I'm using my Prismacolor coloring pencils, and I'm going in to color him, of course, for the blue macaw. I will give the other parrot some love. Okay, we'll give the other parrot some love in some of my future weekly spreads, but not right now. But yeah, I'm just going in and coloring it in. Of course, you really don't have to use any of the products that I'm using, but I like the Prismacolors because they're heavily pigmented, but that's just the thing. Also, they're like heavily pigmented, so even after they dry and after you've used them and laid down the color, when you go back and touch them, sometimes, like if you press hard, they still come up on your fingers. And I don't know if I like that, but I'm kind of trying to get over that because I love the way the colors come out. So now I'm just going in with my Tombow dual brush markers, and I'm coloring in the lettering for June Funnies, and then we will be done with that spread. Well, I just think this is so cute. I love that. Now we're finally going in with the washi. I decided to block off the center aspect and just color it in with coloring pencil. Reason being is when I put in those two watercolor paintings at the front, it created bulk. So it kind of left that spine part unwritable, at least for me. So I didn't just want it to sit there being blank space. So I decided to block that off with washi and go in with the color scheme for the blue macaw. Yeah. This weekly I didn't have planned out already, like I didn't have a sketch already planned out. This whole entire spread was kind of just me winging it a little bit. So nothing was truly planned out. So with this week, I wanted to make it colorful and incorporate the color scheme for the blue macaw and all that stuff, but I didn't feel like drawing any more birds, so I just color blocked this entire week, and that's a simple layout for anybody who doesn't feel like doing all these extravagant designs or whatever. If you just want a colorful layout, just color block it. Just drawing your squares, drawing your rectangles, drawing your basic format, and just fill it with color. Outline it with a fine tip marker and you're good to go. So over here I've got my this week, my next week, my color key, and then those little rectangles are my hourly trackers. And right here I'm just going in and doing the color blocking like I said, and I really enjoyed how that turned out. That blue box right there turned out to be my budget check-in. I just did it unintentionally. I wasn't trying to, but it happens. For any of you out there who don't do a complete spread for your expense trackers and you do it every week, that's an idea for you. I'm just going in with the date cover stickers from my sticker kit. Later on I'll go in with the date dots and arrange the days. But for right now I'm just going in and highlighting, or outlining rather, my hourly trackers, and plus the weather box on the side. And then I'm just gonna go in and do those boxes and cut to the end because I'm good like that. And then I'm just gonna go in and do the numbers and cut to the end again because I'm good like that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and color block the rest of my spread. So yeah, it's like a blue and yellow kind of thing today. I kind of love the kind of dreamy look I got going on here. I really, and I feel like I say this in every video about everything, but I mean that's good, because that means that I'm making progress and I'm actually, you know, making art that is likable, in my opinion anyway. But I'm just going out. I'm using my Uniball Signal Pro in white. I really love that pen. That was another good buy. And just outlining the day for each hourly tracker. I'm gonna do my this week section and my next week section. Then I believe after that I'm just, oh yeah, gonna go in and do my date dots and correspond for all the weeks. I mean all the days. So here I'm just going to go in and write in all of my keys or whatever and color it in. Yep. So that is going to be this is going to be my flip through. So that's the title page. Love that. That's my monthly calendar and my this month and my goals section with my little harpy eagle there. And then on the next page you have my mood tracker. Hopefully that's going to be filled in with all blue, plus my banana leaf that's going to be filled in with dark green. We'll see in my June flip through. And then you have your expense tracker, my July bills, my July projects and ideas. And then we have my 2 lines a day. I'm going to really love writing in that. I'm telling you right now. And then you have my daily achievement. That's going to be fun to look back in and see. Plus my June funny spread with my laughing macaw. With all those inside jokes. And that is my first weekly spread for the first month of June. I want to thank you guys so much for sticking around and watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, leave a thumbs up. If you have suggestions, leave them in the comments below. But with that, you all enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks again. Bye-bye.